We're going to be dealing with now multiplying and dividing numbers written in scientific notation. So we'll look at our question first. Is how do I construct products and quotients using numbers written in scientific notation? So what I'm going to deal with like 4 different scenarios, although 2 of them are multiplying and 2 of them are dividing. But they're going to be dealing with positives and negatives as we work through this. So when I want to look at this first one, in adding and subtracting, if the exponents weren't the same, we had to do some extra work. Well, in this case, when you're dealing with multiplication and dividing, it really makes it a lot easier. Because in this case, I'm just going to look and, okay, I'm going to multiply my leading factors, 2 times 4, and that's going to give me 8. And then you've got to remember, when you're multiplying, you will add your exponents. So I know times 10. And all I'm going to do is simply add my exponents. Well, I have 4 plus 3, and that's going to give me 7. So in this case, I have 8 times 10 to the 7th. Super, super easy. Now, as I look at the next one, and let me change colors, I'm going to have the same thing. I am going to have a little bit different scenario, because when I look, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to say, okay, 9 times 5 is 45. And then, again, remember, when I'm multiplying, I want to add exponents. Well, I have negative 6 plus 7. Well, negative 6 plus 7, that's going to give me 1. So I say times 10 to the first power. But now, when I look at this, I'm not in scientific notation. So what I need to do, I remember it's 45. Scientific notation, I need to get this number between 1 and 10. So all I'm going to do is scoot that decimal over one more spot. And now I'm going to have 4.5 times 10 to the second power. And the reason being, to get it to scientific notation, I had to move it over one more spot, and it just added 1 to what I already had. So my end result is going to be 4.5 times 10 to the second power. And now that I've been dealing with multiplication, division, it's not really any harder. The only thing you got to remember is now that you're dividing your exponents, instead of adding your exponents, you're going to subtract your exponents. So I'm going to go back up here. I just want to make a note, add exponents. And down here, I want to keep a note to subtract exponents. So now, 8 divided by 2, that's going to give me 4. And I know it's times 10. And so now when I'm dividing, I just simply subtract my exponents. 7 minus 5 is 2. So now in this case, I have 4 times 10 to the second power. And that gives me my solution for that one. Now let me move on over here to this when you're dividing here. Same thing, nothing changes, but I have 12.5 divided by 6. Well, we'll take 12.5 divided by 6. And 2.08 and repeating 3. So I'm going to put 2.083. And I know it's going to be times 10 to something. Well, I know when I divide, I'm going to subtract my exponents. Well, 8 minus a negative 6. So I have 8 minus negative 6. So again, this is one of those where I have 2 negatives, so now this is going to make it a positive. So really all I'm going to do is add it, because 8 minus a negative makes it a positive. And so now I'm going to have 2.083 times 10 to the 14th power. and that is multiplying and dividing numbers written in scientific notation.